Hey guys, it's Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please stop what you're doing. Like this video. Even if you don't like it. Because, us YouTubers, we need to get on this algorithm. Like, I've noticed that, my views have gone down since they've changed the algorithm. So please like this video. Share it if you want to. If you want to make a donation to me, a love donation for me to keep putting out content, please do so. I'll have it in the description area and I'll have it in the comment section as well. If you want to book a conversation with me, you can do so about narcissism, a situation you're having with a zodiac sign, or spiritual experiences. I can help you out. I can lead you to healing from narcissistic abuse. So it's $15 for 30 minutes and $30 for 1 hour. Okay. Also, yes, if you want a video done, it's $10 donation. And then you're going to email me your situation and I'll make your own video for you. Alrighty. Let's get right into it because I don't have that much time on my phone. So I was listening to Dr. Romney. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm sure you know who she is. She's an Indian woman. She's a psychologist and she talks about narcissism and she's all over the place. I'm sure you can find her on YouTube. She's been on many shows and she's amazing. She's great. She's great. She's one of my favorites. So she was talking about, basically how I'm going to say this is, when you are growing up with the narcissist and how you get pinpointed as the black sheep. So some of us, you are the golden child, or you became the black sheep. And it's sad to say, not to put down any golden children, but usually the black sheep of the family is the strongest emotionally. Is the strongest, is the one that is usually up on the bullshit when it comes to their family. And that was me, pretty much. I was the one that was always calling out my family members, even as a little girl, to the point that one of my nicknames was Party Parrot. They said I talked too much. And that was because, this is on my father's side, the narcissistic side. The reason why they called me Party Parrot is because anything I saw or heard, I repeated it back to my mother or my father, whoever the case, whatever, whoever was in my, I was in their care pretty much. So anyway, there's nothing really wrong with that. It was like I was snitching. I mean, you do some really crazy things in front of a child, of course a child is going to go back to their mother or father and repeat it, right? So basically, on my narcissistic side, my father's family, I was considered the black sheep very, very early on. I remember like being a little girl and my grandmother saying, "Oh, your mother's a bitch," and me saying, "No, actually, you're a bitch." You know what I'm saying? So I always spoke up for myself, and a lot of you black sheep, y'all did, and you get picked out because you are the one who's not falling for the false selves. You're not with the bullshit. You're not with the shits they say today. You're not with it. And I was that way. For example, I remember being a kid and my aunt's husband sniffing coke in front of me. And I went back and told my mother. And instead of my narcissistic family saying, "Oh, you know what? Why in the hell would you sniff coke in front of Angelique?" That's my birth name. Why would the hell would you smoke coke in front of Angelique? You shouldn't do drugs in front of kids. They came to me as a child and they said, you are a bad child. You're a snitch. Why would you tell your mother you saw your uncle sniffing coke? Keep in mind, I'm 5 or 6 years old when this happened to me. So they used to say, you're a bad child. All you do is talk. When you see something, don't tell anybody, right? So this automatically makes the black sheep become silent, okay? And I think this went on throughout my entire life. So whenever, when you get older and you start to date or you start to have narcissistic friends, you are silent. Your voice becomes silent. So I had all these things happen to me where instead of the adults correcting themselves, they told me I was a bad child, I was no good, I need to shut up. So I became silent. So whenever bad things happened to me, I kept silent. When my narcissistic stepfather molested me, I became silent. When I was in a narcissistic abusive relationship for 6 years, I was silent. I kept everything secret. Okay. And this also plays in later on when you are in these narcissistic relationships and friendships, and you know they need you to be silent. That's what prolongs these relationships, because a lot of times if you did tell on your narcissistic husband or wife, maybe one of your family members would say something to them, or one of your friends would say something to them, or they'll get their ass beat for mistreating you. But they need that silence. Your voice needs to be silenced in order for these narcissists to be successful. So now that you realize, okay, maybe I was silenced, you carry this on in your adulthood, that you keep a lot of things to yourself even when you need the help. So I had posted something in the community section also that said, date privately, love privately, all that stuff. Go through things privately. Now, I want y'all to use common sense. I'm not saying don't tell the negative stuff. I'm not saying don't tell when you're being abused. I'm saying, do things in privacy, of course. You don't have to tell everybody your business, because keep in mind, a narcissist also uses your information in your business, and they gossip about it, and they when they know your business, that's how they keep tabs on you. That's how they know how to control you. So you don't have to tell people everything, but use common sense. Don't silence yourself. If someone's hitting you, tell somebody. Go get help. If someone's talking down to you, tell someone, because maybe you're confused and you won't be able to assess, damn, am I being abused here? Maybe your friend or family member can say, you know what, that person is being abusive towards you. So that's what I mean by the privacy thing. But I noticed for a long time I was silenced, and now I don't do that silent stuff. If somebody's talking to me crazy, I be like, who do you think you're talking to? You're mistreating me. uh I speak up now. I keep it real. Even when I was in my, when I had a best friend who was a narcissist, and for many, many years, everyone thought that we were like the perfect best friends. Everyone thought that, sorry, that light. Everyone thought that um we were like the best of friends, but behind closed doors, there was times me and him swung at each other. There was times I threw his things across the room, and he threw my things across the room. It was very toxic. It was all that Ike and Tina shit, but without the sex. You know what I'm saying? So I kept that secret, and I feel if I would have told people the truth, they could have convinced me to let me know, like, Angie, you and so is not in a good friendship. This is not healthy, and I'm telling you, the narcissist banks on you being silent. So yes, if you are in an abusive situation, if you are being mistreated, you're being talked down to, tell somebody, or better yet, correct them and tell them, correct people when they're mistreating you, okay? So no more silence, no more silence. We're not living in silence anymore. And this is why, for a long time, and also, why you're silent? Because you're embarrassed. For a long time, me too. You're embarrassed. Your self-esteem is low. You're abused. You are convinced. The narcissist has convinced you. You feel stupid. There's many reasons why you do remain quiet, but I noticed that too. For me, it was embarrassment. I was so embarrassed. How could I be, this diva, or this person that everyone looks up to, or this person who's supposed to have confidence, when on the other hand, I have like this guy who's damn near almost 10 years younger than me, basically abusing me or talking down to me. They're going to look at me like, oh, please, girl. He's not doing that to you. So you're supposed to nip things in the bud from the beginning, okay? You're supposed to correct it in the beginning, but it's just we let things slide for so long. And if you grew up in a home where you were the black sheep, your voice is silenced. Your feelings, it doesn't matter. How you feel about things, you're not even used to voicing your opinion. if you grew up in a narcissistic home, or if you were in a narcissistic marriage or relationship for so long. You're not used to it. So I want y'all to practice voicing your opinion. Practice telling people when they are disrespecting you. And that's how you get used to not being silenced. Okay? All right. Hopefully this helped you to realize how even when you're away from narcissists, you tend to let people disrespect you. You tend to not be able, you think everything's a confrontation. Defending yourself and correcting people to respect you, it's not a confrontation. It's you letting them know, listen, if you're going to be dealing with me, you're going to be treating me correctly. All right, so think about that. Are you still silenced, or have you corrected that? Peace and blessings.